Good morning. A Saturday where the traders' traps were breached. Overtrading and not enough acknowledgement of the Champions League, because that had a big impact on a few of these sides. Real Madrid losing, Juventus losing. So it's a case of on the back foot for me in the evening session. Just putting together a nice collection of greens on Atletico Madrid and Toulouse equaliser, which I spotted for members. PSV win, very poor stuff compared to the amount risked. Millwall, disappointed. I topped up at 1-2, having already got involved at 0-1 Portsmouth. And at 1-2, I create a position where I can break even. But I can only break even if the markets are unsuspended. Very disappointing stuff from Betfair, not unsuspending after that 1-2. That cost me a break even, and my loss for the day was about 50 quid. That took a large chunk of that. Very, very disappointed in Betfair yesterday. Portsmouth did score 2 minutes after that 1-2, so I'm not sure, practically speaking, whether I'd have got out, but I would have liked to have had a chance to get out. Because what I do, I top up in the match odds market 0-2 down, get the 1-2, I make a profit in the match odds, which equals the loss in the +1, and I'm out. Unscathed, rather than this big hit. But the mighty Hoff did help calm our nerves a little bit with a brilliant performance yesterday. They did make it 1-2 at one stage, but 2-2 at the end. Real Sociedad was the same as Millwall, 0-2 to Oviedo. So I got out, and then I got back in again. I even backed Sociedad at 21s here, and laid Oviedo at 1.65. It was 3-2 at one stage. Reims and Amiens laid the very late draw. Estac Trois, I don't think I got on this one, laying the very late draw, but I did play Estac Trois +1. I didn't record that particular play. But a day of overtrading. So where did the losses occur? Well, coincidentally, in European matches. I missed out some tricks yesterday. Copenhagen coming from 2 goals down. I did get the Aston Villa equaliser, but I didn't record that on my fair bot. So happy with that, late equaliser. Because a recent pattern for Villa, they've not been conceding that second goal, despite not scoring that second goal. Laid at 1.09, 1.06 in case the Hammers could get the goal that they needed. Man City scoring 2 goals yet again at home. English Championship, not much doing yesterday. Millwall was that loss, as I showed you. Very, very disappointed in Betfair there. Middlesbrough failing to score. But Oxford United, 3 0-0s recently in about 7 matches. That's the reason for that. Recent 0-0 against Coventry as well, away. So I was reluctant to lay that draw at the beginning of the second half. Elsewhere, let's have a look. French League 1, Lens will be disappointed, probably thrown the title away. 2-0 up against Monaco. Toulouse equaliser, we got the big boys in Ligue 2. Got that lay the draw I passed on to you. Estac Trois, I hope you got involved with that one. Bayern Munich win. Hoff did lead, come from behind. Good play. Augsburg, missed opportunity for me. 3 wins in 4. I just had a subtle feeling about them today, or yesterday, and they delivered. Leipzig and Dortmund, 2-0 up for Leipzig. I was doing my investigation. Dortmund only losing to Bayern Munich this season. Should have laid Leipzig 2-0 up. Pity. But again, I get these doubts because it's pre-Champions League, in away sides especially. That cost me my profit on laying the draw second half, with Inter absolutely dominating. And it cost me here. Should have covered the 0-2. The last head-to-head was a 2-0 for Como, and he was in a similar position, pre-European club competition. Disappointed to have made that loss here, because I didn't register at the time Juve pre-Europe. Disappointing. Spanish La Liga, could have cashed out at the 1-1 here, Real Madrid, given the fact, yet again, it's pre-European club competition. And Osasuna, as I said in the research, in excellent form. Sociedad did lead 3-2 from 0-2 down at one stage. So if you did get those 20s about Sociedad and you stayed in, ka-ching. Brilliant result. Atletico Madrid conceded and got the goal they deserved. But for me, touch of over trading, a loss here as well. I didn't cash out at the 1-1. I had a decent profit relative to the amount risked, something like 17, 18 quid. Now, that's half of a lost liability on Millwall, isn't it? So those little extras do add up. And with Osasuna in such good form, I should have cashed out at the 1-1. That was the trading angle. And talking of trading angles, let's have a look onto today's. And it's a very, very difficult coupon with very little football research from me. And you'll see why. So I might as well take you through the football trading profits research as well, because it's sparse today. We've got a lot of these. 2.57, 2.4, the favourite matches. Genk, odds on. Got Club Brugge winning, Unison Gilwar winning at odds on yesterday. Can Genk continue that against Standard Liège? Dinamo Zagreb are away at Varaždin. And Hajduk Split, odds on at home. All I want for Christmas is a Dukla Prague away kit. They're away at Bohemians. But Sparta Prague, no, they're playing Pulsen today. Local derby or derby style match. Give that a wide berth. Midtjylland, the old reliables. Let's hope they concede the first 2 goals. Fredericia, normally involved in both teams in over 2.5 goal matches. Crystal Palace and Wolves, both sides in absolutely appalling form of late. Wolves are failing to score and failing to score that second goal as well. I think they're on a run of 4 consecutive under 2.5 goal matches away from home. So this is not a match where you can trust Palace. Faltering at odds on favourite midweek. 1.3 odds on favourite midweek. Awful, awful for the Eagles at the moment. It could be a chance for Wolves to get something today, but it's not a match for you to trust either side. Nottingham Forest sacking Sean Dyche, producing an emphatic win away at Fenerbahce in Europe. Can they bounce off that against Liverpool? Because of the new manager element, I won't research. You've seen it time and time again. It could be a complete change in this Nottingham Forest lineup that induces a change in performance or a possible home win. Sunderland against Fulham, 2.7 the favourite. These are likely to be near the highest odds you're going to see in the match odds market for a favourite. It tells you to run to the hills. Simple as that. Sunderland are going to be very tough to beat at home. So it's a difficult one to unpack. Tottenham and Arsenal. Frank is gone. No manager for the Spuds. North London derby. Arsenal dropping points in the last away match. For me, it signals an away win, this one, but it's a North London derby. Then we've got the Steel City derby. The value in the Steel City derby would be to lay Sheffield United leading 1-0. French League 1. It's all about league position. French League 1. It's a very competitive league. It's like the English Championship. It's very tough to unpack. And you can tell that by the market. 2.4 the favourite, 2.38 the favourite, 2.2 the favourite today. Lyon away at Strasbourg. Lyon must make their way towards the 50-point barrier. They will remain top 3 today. Strasbourg need to start collecting points. A win today and they'll be knocking on the door of 34, which is the key figure. Nice and Lorient, wrong side of the table for Nice, just above the relegation zone. A good chance for Lorient, this mid-table, to get to that important 34-point marker, which you'll see here. So, for me, I've got my eye on Lorient today to potentially upset Nice. We will see. Nantes and Le Havre, wrong end of the table for Nantes. They need to aim for Auxerre's position for that relegation playoff. Le Havre, doing all right. 9-point gap between them and the bottom 3. They'll be delighted at this stage of the season. Angers and Lille. Lille, top 5, will remain top 5, but must get an extra 3 points with the 34-point brigade waiting in the wings and the 31-point brigade with a win heading into the 34-point brigade. So the pressure is going to tell on this Lille side today. Angers, mid-table mediocrity for them. Auxerre and Rennes. Rennes just outside and on that 34 points. So a win required for Rennes and a win required for Auxerre today to take them to 20 points and put the gap between themselves and the bottom 2 so they can retain at least that promotion playoff place. Bundesliga, Freiburg look banker material today. Their home form is impeccable. Mönchengladbach are all over the shop. I don't understand why their odds are so high. We will see come the end of this match whether this is value. St. Pauli and Werder Bremen, 2.75 the favourite. It's even bigger than that previous match I showed you. It's a relegation 6-pointer, so you're going to be laying any late draw. Stuttgart look automatically pickable with Heidenheim in such awful form. And in the Bundesliga 2, let's have a quick look at any stories. The big boys were really out yesterday. Any of the bit players today? Let's have a look. Hanover in 4th place. A win today takes them to 44 and a possible tilt at the top 3. Given the fact there's only 3 places with home advantage, you've got to win. Got to win when you're priced to do so. You're playing bottom of the league as well. Still will go out of the relegation zone with a win, possibly. Dynamo Dresden, talk about a 6-pointer for both of these two. Paderborn and Hertha Berlin. Again, Paderborn, it's crucial that they win. Hertha Berlin, it's crucial that they take points off Paderborn. They've got to narrow the gap to 37. And then have a tilt at that 40-point club. With only 3 places, this is a must-win for both of these two sides. Must take points off your nearest rival. Preußen Munster and Kaiserslautern. Kaiserslautern on 34. Again, outside the 40-point club, even with a win today. Preußen Munster just above the relegation zone. A win today take them to 26 and a zoom up the league. Plenty to be getting involved with at 12:30, I feel. I'll be up and around for that for members. SerieA today, 2.35 the favourite, 2.63 the favourite. It's a tough afternoon. At least that's what the market's telling us in these major leagues. Not going to be researching this one at all, but I would be favouring Genoa on what I've seen of them recently. It's a local derby, or it's a derby-style match. It could be anything. AC Milan against Parma, likely to retain their unbeaten run, with a Parma having trouble even scoring against the big guns. If AC Milan can simply find the net, they could have a clean sheet win 2-0, as could Roma, with Cremonese failing to score recently, even with the mighty Jamie Vardy up front for them. Serie B, are there any interesting stories today? The market's not interesting at all, both 2.4 the favourite, i.e. too tough to call. But at this stage of the season, you'll default to the in-play stats, particularly if there's a good story to be had. Juve Stabia in 7th place will enter the 40-point club with a win today. Modena are in the 40-point club and will go to 43 with a win. So this is must take points off your nearest rival match, isn't it? The onus is on Juve Stabia to take points off Modena today. Reggiana against Avellino. Reggiana are in the relegation zone. A win today will take them possibly out of the relegation zone. Avellino are just above them on 28. Avellino would like to slit their throats. Take 3 points off them, keep them in the relegation zone, zoom up to the 30-point club. Plenty going on in Serie B today. Eredivisie, likely to see some of the big boys out today. AZ Alkmaar have been in a bit of unreliable form. I'm not sure I would be keen to take them on. Go Ahead Eagles, when odds on favourite, tend to have 2 goals in the locker, so I'd be looking at that one with interest. Feyenoord should get back to winning ways. Home odds on favourites in all matches in the Eredivisie, which is a good sign. I like home odds on favourites. It's all dependent on whether they turn up stats-wise. Getafe and Sevilla. It's another tough coupon. 2.4 the favourite, not playing. Barcelona. This is a local derby. I would be laying Barcelona if they lead early 1-0. Those odds are far too dismissive of the 2-3 that these two had last time they met. Celta Vigo look very big odds like Freiburg today. Could be really good value with the Mallorca side having trouble consistently losing to the top 10 away from home. Villarreal and Valencia. Villarreal have gone off the boil but have a 100% win record against teams in the bottom half at home. Is seasonal form going to trump recent form? Because it's poor stuff for the Yellow Submarine. So you can see, tough day. can't research a number of these matches. I might do some reports for members, but I'm on a free tier, and some members, I think, are using the apps a little too frequently. So if you could just curtail your daily usage, because it's cutting into my ability to create apps, to update my apps, and to use my apps, because I do need them for these reports, particularly in a day like this when you've got so many 2.4 the favourite matches. I will see members from 12:30 on Telegram. I'm not sure there'll be a go live. Last Sunday was brilliant. Everything clicked last Sunday, but you can already see on paper today it's a very difficult for the bookmakers to pick favourites. So we'll see how the day progresses. I've got some ideas of my own. I'm keen to make a weekend profit. A loss yesterday, not helped by Betfair, but not helped by my overtrading and my dismissal of European football. So I've got to be more cautious today. I'm only a couple of wins away from a profit for the weekend, so I'm not panicking too much. If you enjoyed yesterday's e-letter, I hope you did, full of Premier League football. I'll be doing another one next week, and a 14-day free trial just in the run-up for the business end. You can pick off some profits coming into the summer. Have a great day. I'll see members from 12:30, and keep an eye on your Telegram. If I jump onto a go live, I will give you the details of that go live. If it starts becoming a Sunday like it was last Sunday, where everything simply clicked.